Welcome to Black Star TV 2.0, where today we're going to talk about gatekeepers in the community and how they hinder Black liberation. Um, I actually did this today because it's been a lot going on in the community. I believe that we are in a special time in history, uh, Black people, as far as like where we're going. And I feel like because of social media, it's easier to expose and see the people who are helping white supremacy and the likes of again hindering the liberation process. So I put together a PowerPoint. Also, I got a few YouTube videos that I want to show. Actually, one of the YouTube videos is actually Dr. Claude Anderson in 1995 speaking on pushing for reparations and what that would look like and who would be hindering it and why they would be trying to hinder it. So I'm gonna actually share my screen and get to this PowerPoint. But yeah, we definitely have to start, addressing these people, exposing them. I definitely believe this is an awakening year where exposing people is the thing to do. So again, let me play this Dr. Claude Anderson skit real quick.
People in America were opposed to integrating. So whether or not they want emancipation or not is immaterial. So be ready to deal with them. The second group you got to deal with are going to be black folk. You're going to have all kind of black folk in this country going to be opposed to reparation for you. They're going to be jumping out. They're going to be jumping out. They're going to be jumping out of the woodwork. They're going to be jumping out of the woodwork because they're scared to death. They're just as scared now as they were in 1860. They're going to say, we don't have anything, and when we ask for something, they'll take away what we got, and we don't have it, but they'll take nothing away from us. And so you're going to have that group that's always scared, and they're always going to say, it's better for us to have nothing than you try to get something, so that way they'll take us back to nothing with where we are already. So watch out for that group. They're going to be coming out. The other group you're going to come out against, you're going to be a lot of your black leadership in America. The black leadership is going to come out of the walls. Whites are going to pay a lot of blacks to come out against reparation for black folk. Okay? And I've already been told this by one of the biggest white law firms that I know have already sat across the table for me and my staff, said, Dr. Hanson, we're going to help you all with reparation. These are Jews now. Said, we'll help you all with reparations, but the problem you got to watch out for is that you're going to have all kinds of blacks coming out against you. And I said, I doubt that. And they said, no. They said, I said, how do you know that? They said, we might be white, but we're not stupid. They said, we know there are blacks in America who are paid. They're paid to come out against you all on everything you want to do to get black folk out of the ditch. We know that. And say, if we're going to help you, you better be prepared to deal with that and give us some ways of dealing with it. And they're going to come after you a lot of ways. You have a lot of blacks coming after you telling you the same thing like whites, that you don't need it, or that's counterproductive, or whites can get angry, or you're going to create racial problems in the country, anything else. See, it doesn't create a problem for anybody else to get something on when you all get something, creates a problem. They're going to come out and tell you that, okay? And they're going to be paid to do it. And they're going to try to do it also by always blending it in, going back to those terms I told you about earlier. Anytime a black person comes out, start talking about all, we all, you all, poor folk, multicultural, culture diverse, minorities, you all have been had and been shampooed, okay? That's what it means. Anytime you got a...
Now, that was in 1995. In February 21st, 2021, we have a former NFL player, Herschel Walker, stating that Americans shouldn't get reparations. See what I'm saying? And it's funny, too, because I fucks with Dr. Claude Anderson, and a lot of black people won't follow them. We would rather follow these people. We would rather follow and listen to these people who don't have your best interest at heart. Again, he just said about the terms that people try to use. Watch this. It says, you cannot tell me that, this is Kamala Harris, you cannot tell me that everyone is equal in society when everyone doesn't have equal path to opportunity for success. She said, we're not going to be able to correct course, I can't miss that, without a series of intervention. And we need to have that conversation about what that intervention would look like. Shortly after, Harris seemed to walk back that statement in an interview with the the Griots, Natasha Alford, saying supports the Life Act. She supports the Life Act, which would provide tax credit for all families, regardless of race, making up to 100,000. Dude, he just said that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to use terms and try to put everybody in it. And mind you, this is what they're doing now. And that's why I put this picture up, because they're using people who are not foundational Black Americans. Jamaican, and she's Indian/Asian. Like, these are the people. Barack Obama was not a foundational Black American. His father was Nigerian, and his mother was white. Like, they are putting people in power, in position to talk for us, and they don't have, and you don't even identify with us. Like, she doesn't identify with Black. You're not going to sit here and tell me that you grew up around your whole Indian family and you identify as Black. You didn't grow up with that in your household. There's no way you identified as Black growing up. Absolutely not. And who would want to identify as Black when Black is like is like one of the worst races on the planet as far as like progression and stuff, as far as what people look at it as. So like, why would she want to identify as Black? It wouldn't be to her benefit. But this is what they do. You feel what I'm saying? They try to undermine this. I think that the term reparations, it means different things to different people, she said. But what I mean by it is what we need to study the effects of generational discrimination and institutional racism and determine what can be done in the terms of intervention to correct the course. We don't need to do study it for what? We have people who studied it. Dr. Claude Anderson actually wrote a book on Black labor, white wealth, how we even got into that, how we got into where we at. And then you have the Powernomics as the solution to the plan. See, these people are going to try to finesse you. How long is it going to take y'all to study reparations? What, another 100 years? Come on, man. Come on, man. This is a finesse game. And they do this purposely to try to undermine the Black community. Now, I'm going to get on Roland Martin, because Roland Martin actually did something to two people. A young brother by the name of King Randall. He's a 21-year-old brother. I think we all should support him. And this is why this is the main reason I did this this YouTube today, this video today, because when I seen this, it was kind of disgusting, to be honest, man. The brother is 21 years old. He started a school, his own school, independent school at the age of 19 to try to help Black boys. Just look at this statement. I'm gonna play a little bit of the video, but just look at this statement. King Randall, Black people should reduce our dependency on government and white people to take care of our communities. And Roland Martin asked this man why. Now, I actually have a video of that actual interview that I want to show y'all, so you can get a somewhat of a gist of what was going on. I'm not going to play the whole thing because it's about 30 minutes, but
stop the noise. You want to support Roland Martin? Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered.
Don't support this dude.
Going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. Joining us right now is King Randall One, founder of the X for Boys organization based out of Georgia. So, King, explain why in the world you're conservative, correct?
Yes, sir.
So, please explain to me why this bill, why Republicans are pushing for a voter suppression bill when last year we saw record turnout in Georgia. Record turnout. So, why would they want to restrict voting when you just had record turnout in Georgia?
Well, let me start off by saying you had me mistaken. I'm not a Republican. I do consider myself conservative.
No. Actually, I didn't say Republican. I said you're conservative.
Okay.
I said you're conservative.
Right, absolutely.
That's what I said.
Right. Yeah, I was saying that because you called me a Republican on Twitter. However, with this particular bill, I don't consider voting my particular fight. I do consider voting an asset to us and maybe something we can use as a tactic to help. But as far as us pushing voting all the way out, like voting is going to be some systemic change for the Black community, to me is not the way to go. If you look at the human anatomy of the body has its many different parts. And I do respect you guys' fight, in regards to voting, but I don't consider myself fighting for the right to vote that much.
Do you not vote?
We hadn't got anything.
Do you not vote?
Government. Yes, sir. I vote. Absolutely.
Okay. So when you say you guys' fight, first of all, there are multiple fights.
See, and this is the problem I have with this. He actually grills this man the whole time. I actually wanted to hold on 1 second. He actually grills this man the whole time.
In being able to impact the lives of Black boys and others in Georgia.
If we take them out of that government system, we don't have to worry about that. I keep saying,
how is that? So no, hold on. So here's the question. Hold on. Here's the question. Mm-hmm. How do you remove someone out of a government system when we all live in government systems?
Okay, being literal, absolutely, we all live in a government system. Absolutely. However, you can do things to remove most government from your life.
How?
As far as trying to get yourself out of food stamps, trying to get yourself off of welfare. You got to go work. You got to get jobs. You got to get out here and go and do it.
So hold up. So I'm just curious. So if somebody doesn't have a job,
mm-hmm.
are they not applying to government for unemployment benefits or insurance?
Absolutely.
So how can that person remove themselves out of government when that's what government provides?
Absolutely. Well, my thing is trying to make sure you're not allowing the government to finance your whole entire life. As long as you're giving somebody the right to feed you, you're giving them the right to starve you as well. People are living their whole lives off the government systems. It was at the day the government decide, well, we're going to cut food stamps, we're going to cut this and cut that. What we going to do? We have people out here living off those systems. So I believe in teaching our people how to go survive without the government. That's my biggest thing.
But again, though, you keep saying, I'm trying to understand. You keep saying how to survive without the government. You act as
See, this man is trying to force this man into democratic talking points. All you want to do is push the votes. She did the same thing. Get your booty to the polls, Stacey Abrams. Get your booty to the polls. Get your booty to the polls. This is all they do. These people are gatekeepers for the Democratic community and gatekeepers for the the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. That's all these people are. This man is talking about independence, separating yourself from a government as far as not being so dependent on them. We're not that stupid to know that, bro, we're going to have to still obey certain rules and stuff like that. But I also do feel that we don't need them for certain things. We also absolutely can form our own governments, our own courts and things of that nature. I don't believe that we need them for anything. But the simple fact that this man will dog a young Black man trying to do something, because this is what they do, and this is what you are positioned for. Because I have another video. You did this to somebody else, and he's very controversial, Dr. Umar. But you did
people ask me.
You did the same thing to this brother.
My undergraduate education was from
joining us right now, Dr. Umar Johnson. Welcome back to the show. First and foremost, it was amazing looking at this whole reaction. I mean, I'm sitting here, again, people asking all kind of questions, things are blowing up. And so many people jumped on saying he's not a real doctor. Mm-hmm. Okay. Where did you graduate from and you got your PhD?
Mm-hmm. My undergraduate education was from Millersville University. 3 degrees, political science, psychology, master's in school psychology. Subsequent to that, Pennsylvania certification as a school psychologist, which I've been for almost 20 years. After that, I got my educational leadership master's degree and principal certificate from Lehigh University in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. And I earned my doctorate degree from the Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine, American Psychological Association approved program, one of the top psychology training programs on the East Coast. 6 degrees in all. And anyone can lift up a telephone and call and verify those degrees.
So when you see folks who question,
because see, this is what he does. See, he's really questioning. He's trying to make it seem like other people are questioning, but really it's you questioning. You're not that dumb to know that this man ain't running around lying about no doctor, a whole bunch of doctorate degrees and PhDs. Knock it off. But see, this is what white supremacy does. They bring people on here, right, to undermine it because they don't want to do it. So they use other Black people to do this. We usually call them coons.
5 months ago, I was told by the auction company in charge of the sale that it was been sold to a developer.
So how much money was raised? What the people gave? All people gave. How much was raised, and what's the status of that?
$700,000, and the status is we're still looking for a school, and the status is my start date for FDMG will be 8/21/18, or if at all, it may be delayed to 8/21/19, which is the anniversary of the Nat Turner War.
We say looking for a school. Why not start a charter school? Well, you can start a school
Because charter schools are owned by the state, and I'm a Pan-Africanist. I believe what is to be done for Black people must be done by Black people. Why do I want a charter school?
So you want a private school?
Exactly, independent school.
Lauren.
So the question of interracial marriage,
Yes,
I mean,
ma'am.
come on, man. You're too smart for this. We got
For what?
43.
I'm too smart for what?
We got 43 million Black people in this country.
And
We
that
got
means
over
what?
190 million white people. You're going to sit here and say that if
And you
a
got
Black
half the
person,
Black-
a white person get married, a Black person, a white person get married, one can't understand the other person's struggle. You've seen Tim Wise, right? You've seen Reverend Wallace. You've seen white people who understand racism very well.
That doesn't
The
mean we're
other
going to do
thing,
anything
the other
about
thing that
it.
is obviously true is they understand racism when you see things like the murder of Medgar Evers, like the murder of Martin Luther King. They understand racism
And
just
what
fine.
did they do
They
about it?
understand us gaining just fine, and that's why murder happened.
Based on
right?
what?
So the idea that somehow a white person can't understand our struggle,
I
no
could
way.
care less what they understand. I'm
No
asking
way.
you, what have they done systematically
He already
to
told you
improve
that.
the opportunities
He
of
already
white folks?
told you
He
that.
did not tell
Oh
me
yes,
that.
you did tell.
He
tell
did
me
not
that.
tell me that.
You're gonna tell me that?
See, and this is what they do. They try to use other Black people. And mind you, all of these Black people that's up there, none of them are foundational Black Americans, I think, except for the light-skinned brother in the middle. And he actually is on Dr. Umar's side, if I actually was to keep playing it. But see, this is what we can't do. We can't allow these people to be gatekeepers and not G-check them on the undermined progress. We see exactly what Roland Martin is doing. You're trying to discredit any Black person that's trying to build outside of this government for our people to thrive successfully. That's what y'all do. That's why y'all try to get us to vote, because y'all want us to vote for the power. Like when the brother said, reduce the dependence. Man, if they told us y'all couldn't go in some of these grocery stores, you would starve to death, because we don't have no grocery stores. If they would say no Black people are allowed in these grocery stores, you would starve to death, because you don't have no farms, you're not growing no food. Like, what you gonna eat? Like, you would have to depend on probably another country to try to come order your stuff and mail you. You feel what I'm saying? Like, bro, we are very dependent on this government. You feel what I'm saying? No public transportation. Like, we have to get off of that, and we have to G-check these gatekeepers, man. We can't keep allowing these people, whether they on the Republican, Candace Owens is on the Republican side, and she talk a lot of Republican talking points, because they want coons on both sides. They need coons on both sides. And white supremacy understands this perfectly, that they have to keep trying strategies to undermine us. And it's been going on for hundreds of years. This man just told you in 1995 that they're going to be using people to discredit the whole movement of reparations, because whoever has the resources has the power. And that's what reparations gets us, is our resources back. Again, the sovereignty. He was speaking on the natives in the beginning and how we have to follow the model of the Native Americans, and how, you feel me, the sovereignty, separating yourself, having Indian treaties and laws and stuff like that. Well, we have the treaties. They're just not what you call that? I can't even think of the word. But anyway, we have the treaties. We definitely have the treaties. The 1866 treaty, but they don't recognize. That's the word I'm looking for. They don't recognize the treaties. You feel what I'm saying? So we have to address this issue, and I think reparations is a super, super, super big issue. Super big issue. And this is exactly why they try to undermine it. And we can't allow any of these other groups. See, these other groups, these people, it's easy for you to say, oh, the term reparations means different things for different people. It absolutely does. You know why? It means something different for you, because if they were to give out reparations, you wouldn't get any. You see what I'm saying? So yes, like of course I'm not going to care about reparations or have a strong feeling on reparations if I ain't getting none. Yeah, like you feel what I'm saying? You could be doing something to, let's just say, some Indians. Like, all right, you doing stuff to Indians. Yeah, they need reparations, but I'm not going to sit out here and push it for them. Like, I don't get none of that bread. Why I'm gonna bust my ass for you to get your bread and you don't get it? Like, that's what I'm saying. So we got to stop letting them undermine us for the sole purpose of personal gain. Because all these people got money. Look at these people, man. All these people got money, man. We know Herschel Walker got money using the NFL. All these people got money, and they get this money for personal gain and then throw us under the bus and have us looking crazy. Mind you, they try to always use their talking points and counterpoints. You feel me? Because that's what they do. And then they try to drive that whole, let me see if I can get to this, John. They try to drive all them stupid ass statistics on us. You see what I'm saying? And they try to drive all them stupid ass statistics on us. But won't ever in their life bring up this. 5 million crimes to black people's 2 million. You see what I'm saying? We have to stop allowing, look at this Asian stuff. We found out that the Asian spa shooting, that they was doing a whole bunch of prostitution over there. And that's, again, another issue. Everybody likes to polarize and glorify all of our crimes, but then you try to erase and just try to like not even look at or pay attention to anything anybody else is doing. We all know when you go to a spa, in one of those Chinese spots or a massage parlor, we all know what they're doing in there. Come on, man. Let's knock it off. But look at this though. And it's a whole lot of massage parlors in the country. Y'all don't be going to jail like that. Y'all don't be going to prison like that. You feel me? Y'all don't go to prison like that, man. And we got to stop allowing these people to keep bringing up these dumb, because this is what they do. They try to bring up these people, these gatekeepers, to bring up weak statistics. Oh, black on black crime. You try to bring up all of those as deflection. All of this is deflection. You have a corrupt government. All of it is crazy. But you want us to sit back and now accept all this Asian hate and Asian stuff that you're trying to push on our community, making it seem like we are the ones who hate all these Asian people, when for real, they came in do y'all remember the movie with the Wayans brothers? I forgot what it's called, when he was like, hurry up and buy. Yeah. Y'all purposely came to our community when you came, mind you, let's get all the way into this for real. When the civil rights was being moved and all that immigration stuff was being pushed, black people was pushing immigration, and it benefited you guys. It benefited all of you guys that were in other countries to come over here. How would an immigration law benefit a foundational black American who is over here already and has no other ties to another country? How does those laws benefit us? So we pushed those laws, allowed y'all to come over here. Y'all came in here. Y'all didn't put y'all Chinese stores in the white community. Y'all didn't put y'all beauty supply stores in the white community. You didn't put those massage parlors in the white community. You put those in the black community, your nail shops, all of that. You put that in the black community. Then you came in there and treated us like shit, talked to us like shit. And then when somebody go upside your head, you want to seem like we have some type of Asian hate. You're not going to try to do that. But again, this is another agenda that the Democrats is pushing. I ain't even going to just say the Democrats, because I seen it on Fox News. I seen the same thing on Fox News the other day. Somebody trying to say that, they just bringing up Asian hate, and they had an Asian lady on there speaking about how they're endangered by the black community. And I'm thinking to myself, like, bro, it's not no black people just running around like, yo, see them Asians, like, yo, we got some beef with the Asians. Like, matter of fact, to keep it 100, we need to handle this beef or whatever this fake this fake beef. We need to handle that with not even supporting y'all no more. That we're not buying no more of your Chinese food. We're not buying no more of your hair and nails. You feel what I'm saying? You think we over here beating you up? We want to stop spending our money with you, and let's see how, because they're not spending the money. Who the ones getting all those hair products? Yeah, that's black women supporting you. You feel what I'm saying? But then you try to make it seem like we're doing stuff to us. You treat us like shit and then want somebody to treat you with respect. Shit don't happen like that. It don't work like that. You feel me? And we truly, truly, truly have to watch these gatekeepers, man. I'm telling you, because a lot of us like to have their talking points. Like, I believe that black people need to be independent. I believe that we need our own political party if we are going to engage in this government. Because both parties don't have our best interest at heart, and we constantly engage in them, and they throw these black people at us who are coons, who try to undermine us for their own personal gain, and we fall for it every single time. Every single time. How can you sit here and tell a 21-year-old who started a school, he actually started it bringing kids in his home till he got a building. Like, bruh, doing this at 19 years old, talking about the illiteracy rate and everything. How do you say why black people should reduce the dependence on the government and on white people to take care of our own communities? Like, we want to take care of our own community. You're going to say why? The only reason you would say why is because you are in the Democratic pocket. And the Democrats don't want you to be independent. They want you to have to rely on them so they can undermine you. This is why they're pushing all these immigration laws to get, because they know that we saved because of her, Stacey Abrams, running around trying to get all of us to vote. Take your booties to the polls. It's going to be so much better when Trump is not in office. Man, it's the same. Nothing feels different. All we not seeing is Trump's tweets. But who cares? I mean, like, if you don't fuck with somebody, I don't really even care what he tweeting about. But yeah, man, we have to address these people. We have to always stay on code. They know we're not on code. This is why the Indians and the Arabs and all of them and the Asians can come into our community and erect stores and then undermine us, treat us like shit, because we don't have no type of unity when it comes to anything, whether it's a solution, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's economics, we don't have no type of togetherness and unity, and they use that to their benefit because it's easy. It's not to be like crazy, but like it's the same thing with two people, man and woman, that's in a relationship that's beefing with each other. It's easy for now a player, someone who's a player, to now slip in there and then undermine their relationship. Absolutely. Because there's no unity there. There's no true unity because it's so much beefing now. You get what I'm saying? Like, man, they using and white supremacy is strategic, man. They strategic, man. They will definitely get your own people, because that's what I'm saying. You're going to come, oh, she's black like me. Oh, she's black. And that's why I said she was running around saying, Kamala Harris was running around saying she was black. Saying that she was listening. They asked her what rapper she was listening to in college, and she said Tupac. Come to find out, Tupac wasn't even out. Huh? Man, they ain't even dropped the album that year. What you talking about? Like, that's what I'm saying. Because you don't identify with black, you have to now make it up because they need you. They need you. And I told y'all that. In one of my old videos about how they made what's his name? Jim Crow Joe Biden. They made him vice president with Obama because they already knew what was coming up next. They knew he was up next for the Democratic Party, and they needed a black person based off all the bullshit he did to black people. They needed somebody with brown skin, but also that's not a foundational black American that would be willing to play ball with them to undermine our community. That's what it is, man. Got to watch these people, man. Stay woke. We got to push for reparations, and we got to make this the main priority. Yeah, because they have the money, they have the land, they have all of it, man. We need reparations. I'm gonna tell you right now, even in that 1995 joint, he was pushing reparations. But again, we don't like to follow people like Dr. Claude Anderson, who has your best interest at heart. Do you get what I'm saying? We have people. He played politics. He was in politics. So that's what I'm saying. We want to follow the people that's in the forefront, that's on CNN, Fox, MSNBC, all these platforms who are straight mind controlling you. That's why we have to support Black media. You feel me? We have to support Black media, and we have to do this like Dr. Boyce Watkins, who is putting him on blast. We have to put these people on blast. We cannot support these people. And we got to actually even start looking at other Black people who actually support them, knowing the things that they are doing to people in the community. You cannot tell me he's not a gatekeeper based off, and I know people have issue with Dr. Umar and things with the school and everything else, but the whole point of it is that it's an independent school minus any help from the government to teach our kids the stuff that they not really teaching our kids. You feel what I'm saying? Because we know that you have these school systems set up in a certain way to systemically block people out and have people to have a lower education than others. And you base it, you actually do the school funding off of who pays the most property tax. So again, you are scared of Black people building for themselves, and so then they have to put in Roland Martin to come in and undermine everybody to get other Black people to not support these brothers, which I definitely heavily recommend that you support both of these brothers, man. At the end of the day, like, we have to. Other than that, we not going to have anything. And I just feel like, I mean, we do have to do our due diligence on these people who are raising funds and check them and things like that. But I do believe that Roland Martin's whole intention was to undermine this young brother and what he's doing for the community. And we have to speak out on that and not let that pass. But, you know, listen, man, it's been fun. I'm gonna go. Please share, like, and subscribe to the channel, man. We just trying to build some content, build some Black media, and you know, just bring some real uncut raw news to y'all, man. Cause, like, you know, watching CNN, Fox, and all of that, they definitely will sugarcoat and try to finesse you with the information that they putting out. Like I said, with that whole spa shooting, they never brung up the part. They just brung up the shooting part. They never brung up the part with the whole prostitution. Because I'm gonna tell you that had a lot to do with them bullets flying. See what I'm saying? And people are doing illegal things. That's almost equivalent to me robbing somebody for some weed or some drugs or something, and then I'm trying to look like a victim. No, or I got robbed for some drugs. I'm selling drugs and I got robbed for some drugs, and now I'm trying to look like the victim. See, all I'm saying is I got robbed. I'm not saying what somebody robbed me of. You feel me? I'm not saying he robbed me of heroin, because then they're gonna be like, hold up, bro, you got robbed? Hold on, you were selling drugs. You up in the game, ain't that a fucking hate crime? That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. Like, you want some bullshit and some bullshit happened to you. Like, yeah, don't try to turn this into some hate crime when you over there giving special and happy endings at the end of massages, and the deal didn't go right, and now people letting bullets fly, fam. You can't say that's a hate crime. Nah, nigga, that's part of the game. Stop doing the illegal shit. The same thing y'all tell us. Stop doing the illegal shit, and all that goofy shit won't happen. You feel what I'm saying? But look, man, Black Power, man. Peace to the fam, and, you know, stay woke, man. Stay woke, man. We out of here, man. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and like to the channel. Peace, man. We out of here.